being positive is a minute by minute choice. It's something you actually have to choose. It's a work ethic. It's a state of being. And sometimes it's easy to do, and sometimes it is a minute by minute choice. I'm a cancer survivor, so when I was going through cancer, being positive was a second by second choice. I also think it's like taking a shower. You have to do it every day. Whether you want to or not, it's something you have to do every day. So what happens when we're positive? When we're positive, it causes the dopamine and the serotonin to start working, and it starts to flood your body. When those drugs hit your system, it's going to put you in a positive mood. It's going to make you remember things more. It's going to give you more energy, and you're just going to feel better. There was a study done at Harvard University with two groups of students. One group of students was told, just go in and take the exam. They studied the night before, and they were all ready to take the exam, and the first group was said, go in, good luck, we hope you do well. The second group of students was told, think of the happiest moment of your life. And they made those students stand there for like 5 minutes thinking of the happiest moment of their life. And then they went in to take the test. Would it surprise you to know that the students in the second group who were happy when they walked in did 3 times better on the test than the first group of students? This works for business and life. So if you're having a really bad day or your world has blown up, before you leave your car to go into work, think of the happiest moment of your life. It might be hard that morning. Maybe the happiest moment of your life that day was you had a real good hot cup of coffee that morning. Try and think of the happiest moment of your life. It could be a childhood memory that brings you joy. And then walk into work. I promise you it's going to help. So let's briefly talk about anger. Anger is very hard to overcome, especially if you've been carrying it with you for a very, very long time. Allow me to demonstrate. Take a look at my body language right now and pretend this is anger. It's your little glass of anger. So maybe something happened in my childhood, maybe something happened yesterday at work, something made me angry. When you first get angry, it's really easy to let your anger be on the side, right? It's very easy. I can hold it like this and I can easily hold it off to the side. Look at my body language. It's open. My tone is good. My presentation is good. I can talk to people. Easy to stuff it in the back of my brain. But the longer I hold on to this glass of anger, the more pain I'm going to be in. And eventually, if I hold on to it long enough, and we could be talking weeks, months, years, but at some point it's going to become so heavy, it's going to start to float into my present day. Now look at my body language. It's starting to affect what I'm doing. I can still see people, I can still conduct my business, but it's starting to creep into the tone of my voice. It's starting to creep into my mind. I'm starting to think about it more. Now my arm is starting to hurt. So now I have to use my other arm to hold up the glass. Now look at my body language. It's closed because I'm in so much pain. It's taking both arms to hold up my anger. Now look at my body language. Not only am I in pain, but now it's affected everything. It's all I can think about. It's all I can work on. I'm obsessed with it because I'm in so much pain. So the question is, how do you put the glass of anger down? What you're looking at is a glass of anger. And if I hold on to this glass for too long a period of time, eventually my arm's going to start to hurt. And that's what anger does to you. Eventually, because if you hold on to your anger long enough, it's going to start affecting your life. And you're going to get physically sick. And at some point, it's going to overwhelm you, and resentment is going to creep in, and hatred is going to creep in. And pretty soon, all you can focus on is the anger and the hate. So how do you put your glass down, and how do you get rid of your anger? You get rid of your anger through forgiveness. The clear water represents forgiveness and positivity.
It represents positive thoughts, surrounding yourself with positive people. The clear water represents love and purity and peace. And if you keep on forgiving people over and over, and you keep on surrounding yourself with positive lifestyle and positive and healthy people and things and foods, look what happens to your glass of anger. Eventually, the anger is going to dissipate. And in its place, it's going to be left with joy and peace, happiness, and love.
Who should you forgive? Probably the person you're thinking of right this very second. I usually start with the easy ones and work my way to the hard ones. And this is not like AA. You don't have to call them. You don't have to reach out. You don't even have to talk to them. This is a very personal journey with you, yourself, and nobody else. It's something you silently do in your head. And there's no poem. You don't have to burn any incense or use crystals or anything like that. Sit in the middle of your bed and just really see if you can wrap your head around forgiving that person. And start with the easy ones. The kid who bullied you in school. Work your way through to the current present day. Because at the end of the day, life is short, right? What's the point in holding on to your anger? It's just going to make you feel bad. And does that mean the other person is right? No, it doesn't. It just means you want to be rid of the anger. Because you're focusing on the one person that you don't want to focus on. They probably didn't even know you're angry. They're just conducting their life, oblivious to the fact that it's affecting you so bad. Let it go. Because at the end of the day, you're letting it go for you, not for them. Doesn't mean they were right. Doesn't mean it wasn't a horrible situation. It was a horrible situation. You're letting it go for you. And for those people that you just physically can't forgive, walk away. Literally, I have been known. There's a couple people in my life that I had a lot of trouble forgiving. So I got into this chair that you see me in, and I went like this. And I pretended the person was right behind me. And I literally put my back mentally. I did this all in my head, right? I just imagined the person was behind me, and I got up and I literally walked away. So if you can't forgive them, walk away. Circle back another time. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay once in a while. Just don't live there. Don't, if you're not okay, don't, set up a tent and live there for a while. It's okay. Go eat a pint of ice cream, get mad, scream into a pillow. Doesn't matter. I usually give myself 48 hours to be mad, and then I get up, brush myself off, and I keep on going. Once you start to forgive people, the tone of your voice is going to change. Your body language is going to open up. And you know what really is going to be great? You're going to start to feel better. So what if you're having a bad day? It's not really a big forgiveness issue. It's not even a big anger issue. Just things started off wrong and they snowballed. And you're at work and everything's just going wrong. How do you stop a bad day in its tracks? Here's a few tips. Think of something in the past that made you smile, like those Harvard students. And when you're thinking of that great thing, do it on your break and walk outside, no matter what the weather is. Get some fresh air and breathe. Usually when we're angry and having a bad day, we actually are breathing very shallow. So take 3 to 5 big, huge, deep breaths. And it's going to help clear your mind. You might also laugh on your break. See if you can tell a joke. Laugh with some of your fellow staff. Check your posture. Are you slouching? Maybe if you sit up a little bit straighter, that will help because it's going to get the blood and the air circulating through your body. When we're angry, we're having a bad day, often we're going to slouch, we're going to breathe shallow, and we probably won't be eating very well either. So eat something healthy. Drink a big glass of water because you're probably dehydrated. Why? Because you're having a bad day and the last thing you're thinking of is drinking a glass of water. Also, you can practice gratitude. look around and think about what you are grateful for. I'm grateful I have a job, a great job. So many people in the world don't have jobs. I'm grateful that the sun is shining today. I'm grateful I have a really nice, great hot cup of coffee. I came in to work this morning, every light was green. Think of things that you can be grateful for, even if it's something really small. Like, the shower is really hot this morning. I loved it. It's going to put you in a better mood. You can wallow for a few minutes on your break, but under no circumstances do I want you to wallow when you're on duty. Warm, friendly, and approachable. And if it means you have to be an actor putting on an Oscar-worthy performance, that's what you have to do. And pass it forward. Do something nice. Do something without being asked. It's going to make you feel better. Who are you spending time with? Because you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So who are you spending time with? Are they happy people? Are they negative people? Are they negative people that are just sucking the energy out of you like energy vampires? And whenever you're near them, you can hear this sucking sound and you get really tired and achy. Are these people who complain all the time? Sometimes you could walk away from those people. Sometimes you can't, especially if they're family. You could move to another state and not answer the phone. And if you live with these people, very hard. So if that's the case, you can be the lighthouse. You can be the change you want to see in them. Lead by example. Being warm, friendly, and approachable at home and at work is going to turn you into that lighthouse. And people are going to look at you and say, wow, I want to be just like you. Lead by example. It really is going to help. And will it change that person? Maybe, maybe not. You might have to forgive them every hour. Try spending time with people who celebrate you as opposed to criticizing you. And it's going to help if you're living with the person who's criticizing you, spending time with people whom you really like, it's going to help. And it could be somebody you see on the internet. Maybe it's an inspirational speaker. Maybe it's an inspirational book that you've read. Maybe it's somebody you follow on Facebook. That's going to help. Spending time with positive people. Very hard to be warm, friendly, and approachable and positive if you're negative and you're surrounded by negative people. It's very hard to do. It's possible, but it's very hard to do. So try and spend time with more positive people and less time with the negative.